Letters from across the ocean. Letter 1. Gratitude found me. Dear friend, I don't know where this letter will find you today. Perhaps you are standing on unfamiliar grounds, surrounded by everything you have always known. Or perhaps you are learning to find your footing somewhere entirely new. Either way, I'm grateful our paths have crossed. Today I found myself thinking about gratitude. Not the kind we speak about because we know we should, but the kind that quietly settles into your heart after you've walked through seasons you never imagined. There was a time when the world felt unfamiliar. I knew the roads, the faces, and the rhythm of everyday life. I wore my nursing uniform with pride. I knew where I belonged. Then life invited me across the ocean. I packed more than clothes. I packed memories. I packed dreams. I packed pieces of my heart that I didn't realize I would spend months searching for again. When I arrived in America, everything felt unfamiliar. The streets, the streets stretched wider than I was used to. The grocery stores seemed endless. Even the light through the windows felt different, as though it belonged to another world. Simple errands that once took minutes suddenly required courage, patience, and more questions than I ever imagined asking. Every day felt like learning how to live all over again. I asked questions after questions because I genuinely wanted to understand this new life. I wanted to adapt. I wanted to belong. But those few months were harder than I expected. Sometimes my questions were met with frustration, and slowly I began asking fewer of them. Looking back now, I don't believe either of us understood just how much change we were carrying. My husband was adjusting to retirement. I was trying to find my footing in a country that felt nothing like home. We were both navigating unfamiliar waters, each carrying invisible burdens that other couldn't fully see. There was there was another truth I never shared with anyone. I cried more than anyone knew, not because I regretted coming here, but I was grieving a life I had loved while trying to embrace one I didn't yet understand. I cried quietly in the shower. I cried when no one was looking. Then I would wash my face, whisper a little prayer, and step back into the day as though everything was okay. I never told my family back home. I didn't want them to worry. Looking back now, I realized the hardest part wasn't the crying. The hardest part was believing I had to carry it alone. I wasn't just missing a place. I was missing the woman I used to be. For the first time in many years, I wasn't practicing as a nurse. The identity I had worked so hard to build suddenly felt distant. I wondered who I was without the work that had shaped so much of my life. Some days the silence felt louder than the waves, but the ocean has a way of teaching us things that only time can explain. Gratitude didn't arrive all at once. It came quietly, like the tide returning to the shore. It arrived with the laughter of my children, in the unwavering love that remained even through the difficult times, in the gentle reminders that tomorrow would offer another chance to begin again. It arrived in moments so ordinary that I almost missed them. The first time I walked into a store without feeling overwhelmed. The first time some unfamiliar became familiar. The first time I found myself smiling without realizing I had stopped comparing everything to what I had left behind. Little by little, the currents changed. Or maybe little by little, they changed me. Today, I can look back with a grateful heart, not because the beginning was easy, but because the difficult beginning didn't become the whole story. I'm grateful for the life I left behind because it shaped me. I'm grateful for the life I'm building because it continues to shape me. And I'm grateful for the ocean between two shores. It reminds me that distance doesn't erase love. Sometimes it deepens it, sometimes it stretches it, and sometimes it quietly introduces us to the person we were always becoming. If you are reading or listening to this while standing on an unfamiliar shore, wondering whether you'll ever feel at home again, I want you to know this. Be gentle with yourself. You are not failing. You are learning. You are not weak. You are not grieving. You are not lost. You are becoming. Whenever you, Wherever you are today, may you trust that every small step counts, even when it feels unseen. One day you look back and realize that what once felt impossible became part of your everyday life. Until then, keep going. The tide is still carrying you forward. With gratitude in my heart, Lily, until the next wave.